and welcome to my channel. My voice is a little hoarse today, so I will try to make sure that I talk loud enough. And today we're going to do Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 28. And we're going to use fabric on tags, and I'm going to try and throw a little bit more into it. So I've got my bits and bobs in here, and I'm not seeing anything right off the top that entices me, so I'll move this over to the side, and let me pull out some of my Roxy papers. Now, one of the things that I thought would be a fun added element, oh goodness, let's see if I can pull this out. Whoa, stuff falling all over. I thought a fun added element would be maybe using some of my already prepared vintage type documents. So like I take a digital of Roxy Creations and I just kind of tea stain it or coffee stain it and wrinkle it up and try, maybe rip it a little bit sometimes and try to make it a little bit more original, you know, like real ephemera. So I thought maybe that might be fun to use something like that for this. Okay, let's move this to the side for a minute. And I'm going to grab my glue book. You may hear me smack at things in this video. We appear to have an infestation of gnats. They're little brown gnats, and the internet says they're like algae or something, fungi gnats, I don't know, something disgusting and awful. But this was me experimenting with Fabritac glue and sequins. I was seeing if it would make a fun cluster. I'm always experimenting with something or other. Let me take a piece of this glue book page, and this will be the side of our large tag, and we're going to put this on one side. Yes, we are. So let's put some glue down. Don't have to think about it. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone is well. And I hope you're prepping up to have a good weekend. I am, in the sense that they're, let's see, in Boise, down by the fairgrounds, if you're familiar with the Treasure Valley area, there's going to be, it's called Vintage Days or something like that. Anyways, it's going to be like a big flea market type thing. And I'm looking forward to going to that tomorrow. I don't drive very much anymore. It gets on my nerves. And when I mean nerves, I mean it makes me angry. And it's not good for me to be angry because I do and say things that probably shouldn't say. Not cuss words, but I'm just not very nice when I get angry sometimes. So, not very patient, I should say. That's it. I'm not patient when I get angry. My sister and I were talking about that on the phone, and she says, yeah, it kind of runs in our family. And so anyways, it's just best for me to avoid things that make me want to go postal. One thing I do is I take my ester bin. Hi, Diane. Oh, you get to be grandma on call, grandma not on call because you said you're all weekend. You get to be chief grandma. Did you tell me that your little one is 2 years old? Is it a boy or a girl? Yep. Oh, and a little girl. My granddaughter that is 4 is a girl. They're so fun to dress up. Okay, then on this side, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a smaller sheet of paper like this. Oops, I have some overlap there. Yeah, we've had triple-digit temperatures here. Like the other day, I want to say, so yesterday I thought it was 106, and the day before I thought it was 108, and I don't know what it might have been today. I don't think I went outside today. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, so we had to go to the VA center yesterday, just a checkup. I'm not a very accommodating patient. So when he asks me if I want this test or that vaccination or that vaccination, my standard answer is no. Just no. So my appointment was at 3 o'clock and I was out of there by 3:06. And I told the nurse, I said, well, because she said, you're a little early, so let me see if he's ready for you. And I said, well, tell him it's going to be a fast visit. She might have thought I was joking, but after I got out of there, they probably knew that I was serious. Now, my husband is the total opposite of me. Yes, ma'am. Air Force. My husband was Army. So he's the complete opposite of me. And he's got 50 million visits. And he's on every drug in the world. And, yeah. So he may as well just set up a campsite. Camp out at the VA. Poor guy. Right now, he's fighting with them because he takes a monthly shot for his migraine headaches, and he's been telling them that he needs it and they need to get it ordered, and they still don't have it. So he's on day 2 of not having his regularly scheduled meds, and that's unacceptable. So I said, if it doesn't come in 3 days, I said, we're going down there. And he goes, what can you do? I said, well, we'll just see. It's like, what can you do if you go down there? I said, because it's not going to do any good to go to the ER. I said, I'm not talking about going to the ER. I said, we will go down there and we'll see. It's just ridiculous. The guy is in a lot of pain. He's like miserable at least 15 days out of the month. And he's been on this med for, I think, a year now. I know at least 6 months, because he was taking it all. In fact, he got it better when we were in Arizona. See, this is what I mean by my anger. I just get so frustrated with stupidity. I have no patience for it. If I did to my clients what sometimes people do to Jeff when he needs proper care and that sort of thing, my clients would fire me. So we're ended up doing a bit of a collage on this side. Yep. In fact, Mountain Home, Idaho was my first Air Force station after basic and tech school. And so that's how I landed in Idaho. And I left Idaho for a little bit in, let's see, I want to say, let's see. So Nina was a baby. So she was born in 80. So she is 1 or 2. So maybe I left in 82, and then we came back when Nathan was a baby, and he was born in 88. So I guess I left for about 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and then came back to Idaho, and I've been back here pretty much ever since, except for now I do the snowbird thing. Yes, last year being the first year for that. And so this year, our snowbird thing is going to be Texas. So we will be in Texas for 6 months, but my daughter just texted me today, one of my daughters, and told me that I'm going to be a grandma again. So who would have thought? Because she has 3 kids. They're teenagers. Oh, very good, Diane. Thank you. Oh, yeah. My goodness. That's pretty cool. I was a combat arms specialist, so that means I taught people on the base how to shoot guns. Well, I taught how to be proficient with their weapons. That's the better way to say it. I taught them how to be proficient with their weapons, which included gun safety and then going out to the range and firing to get scored for, what is it? It was I don't know what the first level was, just basic, and then proficient, and then expert. Thank you, Diane. Yes. Well, so what I was saying about the baby is the due date is February 3rd, I think she said. So we're leaving for, oh me. Yeah, my sister was, no, both my sister and her husband are Navy. So, did she meet her husband in the Navy? I can't remember. Or did they go in together? I can't remember. Anyways, I met my first husband in the Air Force, but for lack of better description, he was a loser. And So, but then yesterday was Jeff and I, yes, Diane, we do have much in common. Oh, I'm going to put a pocket here so I don't need anything more there. Okay, so this is done. But yesterday was my husband and I's, is that good English? 9th year anniversary. So he is my third husband, and we've been together for, I think, 11 years. And so then yesterday was our 9th anniversary, and we're very happily married. He's a top-notch guy. Like I said, he was in the Army, but I didn't know him till about 11 years ago. And I need some fabric. So let me grab my fabric. Where did I put it? I'm looking around. I've had a kind of off day. I had a very challenging work day. There it is, right? It's right in front of my face. And it just kind of fried my brain. Thank you for the happy belated anniversary. But so the baby's due in February. We're leaving after the elections in November because I want to be here in Idaho to vote. And so shortly after we vote, we're headed to Texas for the snowbird thing. Well, we're usually there then until about May or maybe the end of April. And so by then the baby will be February, March, April, 2 months old. And I really would like to be here when she has the baby, but it's a little bit expensive to drive all the way down there and then drive all the way back. Beginning of February is not a good time to travel in this part of the world. And I met my husband on Craigslist. So I posted on Craigslist and he posted on Craigslist, and we found each other through Craigslist. This is kind of interesting piece. It's got a little hole here. I think that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to go with this. So let's see. We're going to Ona, Alaska. So it's spelled O-N-A-L-A-S-K-A. Wonder if this will tear. It did. It's very thin fabric. I'm going to leave that like that. Actually, maybe I won't. Actually, maybe I'll do this. Yep, sure thing. Step on online. Yep, he was a blue light special. So, pardon the outburst if you heard it. My husband hit his head on the ceiling, and for some reason, that just doesn't make him happy. I keep telling him I'm gonna hang like a tennis ball from there, like they do in the garage for people, so that they don't hit their car. I'm gonna hang a tennis ball there, so don't make him think to duck. Yeah, he's doing something nice for me, just bringing me a fountain drink, and in the process, he, the space between, the living area and the garage, sorry, he distracted me. It looks like he hurt himself again. I think he's in a mode to hurt himself right now. But yeah, the living area to the garage, there's, I don't know what you call it, but where the glass sliding door is, it comes down, and so there's like maybe 12 inches less of overhead space. So for a tall guy, that means you better duck. No, that's true, Diane. It does not go well with a migraine. And he has a debilitating, not very good at that word, type migraine. So not fun. So I gotta ask Diane, did you hear any cuss words? Because he did cuss when he hit his head. I probably would have too, but I'm 5'3", so I don't usually have problems with hitting my head on overhangs. Yeah, I know. I was trying to talk over any words that were coming over his mouth. I'm using Fabritac. That's what's in this bottle, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little thick or something. It's not coming out very easily. So what are you and your granddaughter going to do this weekend, Diane? Does she like to craft with you? Oh, there's an app. I think I got it. I've been spraying Raid and peppermint and swatting all day today. Okay, there's a cute little pocket. So now, let's see. Oh, I know what I was thinking for the and more part of this video. For July, you have to do 4 hand-drawn, well-known characters, and you don't draw. You know what, Diane, I was just seeing a video the other day, and the gal took her phone, and she had a picture on her phone, and she took tracing paper, and she laid it over her phone, and she drew that way. And I have iPads. I could do it with an iPad. Oh, how fun. That sounds great, Diane, going to the park and playing. But I wanted to try that at some point, is put a picture on my iPad and lay some tracing paper down and see if I could trace a picture. Now, the and more part, I was thinking of maybe taking something like this and putting this down. Just a little bit. Is Maxine your granddaughter? I think I'm going to leave this little bit hang over. So I'm going to take some scrap paper and put it inside of here. Make sure I've got plenty of scrap paper in here. Okay. And I can see I didn't put enough, maybe I didn't put any glue down there. Actually, I don't remember putting any glue down there. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, kids love giant boxes to play in, don't they? I remember when my kids were little, older, well, a younger one might have been too, but I went to one of those storage places or something, and I bought a big refrigerator box or appliance box of some kind. This glue is just driving me nuts. And I bought one of those and brought it home, and we turned it into a post office. We painted it, and we made post office stuff, and they just had a blast. Oops, wrong way. Oh my gosh, Diane, yes, I am sure that your granddaughter will love the fort. Okay, should leave that a little bit. So what do I want for a focal point on this? These are big. Nothing there. I don't know why there's all this ephemera in here. I think this is digital. Sometimes I can't tell. This is rag paper. I didn't realize I had all this ephemera. This was a place for digital. It's not for this kind of thing. That's interesting. So this is just ready-made ephemera. So this isn't for a journal. This is going to be a tag. So I need to get my tag punch out. Whoops. I've got 3 journals going right now. One is a Victorian vintage journal, and one is a Crafty Christmas in July journal, and I have a medieval Mirage journal. Seems like, oh, and then I'm doing Junk Journal July, so I have a journal for that. So that's Junk Journal July, Medieval Mirage, Crafty Christmas in July, and Journal Madness, which is the Victorian vintage. So I've got 4 journals going, and I actually have a couple more in the wings that are catching dust right now. One is a like a mixed media journal, and it's totally being put together with junk. Just like what the cover's a Pepsi box, and then some mixed media pages. That's too big. So nothing there. That's kind of cool, but that's very fragile. Too big. It's weird the things that I have mixed in here. Okay. So any ephemera in here? No. Okay, so is this dry? I think this is dry. So I can take this out and
I'm having glue issues tonight. Yeah, so while that's drying, I'll just pull out my mixed media journal that I was talking about. This is it. It's not had any love for a while. But like I said, this is the cover's made with a Pepsi box. You can see some of the Pepsi colors there. And then this page is made with an old piano roll player box that I got at a flea market. So I threw that in there. Then here's from one of my mixed media plays. And then this is some packaging that came in. One of my packages. I've never seen it like this before. It's all, it's together, and it's got serrated, I think is the word. So it tears really easily from these strips, but it's different than regular packing paper because it's held together with this seam. I don't even know how they did that. Very interesting. So that's just junk. And then I do have a digital here, and I have one of my roughed up digitals here, and there's some miscellaneous scraps in here in case I wanted to use them, but I'm just waiting for some more junk to put into this for one thing. I'm waiting for some trash to put into it. Okay, let's see if that pocket is holding together on the bottom, and make sure that it didn't glue where it shouldn't have glued. I need a stronger piece of something. Here we go. Oh, I want to use this. Okay, that feels pretty good. So the only thing that I would want to do to this yet is I want to put some lace on it. Let me find some lace. Move this out of the way before I dump it. Okay. Ooh, I can make another pocket right there. That would be kind of fun. Nope. Or I could I was watching a video yesterday, I think, that was talking about monogamy paper. Looked very interesting. I'm sure I didn't say that word right. I slaughtered the English language, let alone other languages. I'm going to put a piece of that on there. Now I'm already 40 minutes into this video and I've only done one project, but that's me. I am not big on mask makes. Every once in a while I'll go for it, and my mask make usually consists of 3. Yeah, I'm a big mask maker. So I need to put some paper in here again. Keep it from gluing all the way through. We ordered a plug-in from Amazon tonight that supposedly you plug it in and it'll kill the gnats. So hopefully it will work well. I mean, it's bad enough that they fly in my face, but when they fly up my nose, I can't stand that. You're not distracting me, Diane. Hi, Patricia. Good to see ya. Yeah, I'll let y'all know how the vintage market goes. Patricia meet Diane and Diane meet Patricia. Okay. I think we need just a little tiny bit of glue there. You know, it's funny, the other day I was doing a recorded video. So if you know me, I do live videos for the most part. It's just easier. It's a lot easier. And even if I do a recorded video, I haven't a clue how to edit, so I don't edit. I'm still stuck with whatever I've got. And so I had to laugh at myself because while I was doing the recorded video, I kept looking up for a chat. I was like, no, Teresa, you're doing a recorded video. There's nobody talking to you. You're not going to see anybody. Hi, April, right? Mama Juju is April, right? Am I right? Did I remember? Okay, that's all pretty. And then we'll go ahead and use this tool. Yay, I remembered. I'm so proud of myself when I remember something. It's very refreshing. So Diane and Patricia meet April, and April meet Diane and Patricia. Why won't this go in? I don't usually use this one. I feel like something's blocking it. And it looks like oh, maybe this needs emptied. Well, there weren't very many pieces in it, just like 2. You 3 are some that often talk to me or comment. and I want you to know that I really do appreciate you. Sometimes Darcy will come on. Who else? Darcy. Oh, sometimes Juanette with Juanette's Crafting Corner will come on and chat at me. And then there's a few others, but like consistently, like often, those are ones that come to mind right away. And if I'm missing anybody, well then, by golly, be sure to comment on this video and give me a piece of your mind that I missed you. Here, I like that. And so we've got a pocket here, and then we've got this on the back, which if you had a dark enough pen, you actually could definitely journal there, and you could journal some more, and a person could, you know, do some more journaling like on some tea-dyed paper, and then just glue it onto here. Do I want to do anything more? See if I come up, I'm just kind of stalling to see if I come up with some kind of crazy brainstorm, which, how fun would it be to use one of these on here? Is that too much? And then I could actually stamp something on there, like a number. That one's too big. That one's too tall. Diane, you're funny. So Diane said, I spend all waking moments watching videos. That's so cute. Okay, let me see if I can find a smaller, oh wait a minute now. Yeah, let me see if I can find a smaller number. I mean, I know I can find one, but can I find one quickly is the thing. Ta-da! I found one. Right here, I think would be perfect. Diane, you are so funny. Don't fall off my finger. Because I'm too lazy to get an acrylic block out. Yeah, speaking of reading books, I think I've read maybe 4 this year. What's funny was I bought some books from the Dollar Tree, and I convinced myself that I had to read the books before I could take them apart and use them as altered books. And so I did. I read them. And with this current journal that I'm working on for Junk Journal Madness, which is the Victorian Vintage Journal, I got a hair in my bonnet, or a bee in my bonnet. to incorporate some history into that journal. First I thought I would take like historical text, you know, from this document that I downloaded off of the internet. And then I thought, oh, you know, this journal ended up being a very small journal. So nothing big was going to fit. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll just take some of the timeline items and put them into pockets. And so I was pretty much okay with that idea. But then I found this book. And so I want to read this book. It's called Life in Victorian Britain, A Social History of, man, I can't even say the word Queen Victoria's reign. So I want to read this book. And so I was thinking that if I read this and I could absorb enough of the knowledge that maybe like while I'm working on the journal, I might say, okay, yeah, in today's reading, I was reading about how blah, blah, blah. And the thing that I've found out so far is that something that the era, the Victorian era, is known for a transformation that involved women's rights. It's here on the back of this somewhere. A lot of the isms, I think, which, yeah, I'm not promoting. Well, feminism isn't an ism, but I'm not even real hip on feminism sometimes. I mean, men should be men and women should be women, and there, in my mind, there doesn't need to be any, you know, group. We shouldn't have to stick up for social classes, races, and things like that. People should just act the way they're supposed to. And yeah, so what else? Oh, industrialism, that's an ism. It was a pretty good ism. So, but it says the modern world emerged. So I'm looking forward to reading about this and talking about it, I think. Okay, that appears to be dry. And now I am happy with this, and I think that, so Rachel's video was titled Large Tags with a Fabric Pocket. I titled mine Fabric on Tags and More. So there's fabric on this tag, but there's more. We got this bling, we've got this crocheted whatever this is, and then one of my fancy label clusters that I just sat down and sewed up a bunch of those. I probably wouldn't have survived that era either, Diane. I'm a little opinionated. Yeah, these are the clusters that I made the other day. It was a ton of fun. I'm not a seamstress. I barely know how to work a sewing machine. But with my husband's help, and it's not because he's a seamstress or anything like that either, but he's mechanically minded, and he helped me keep my cool when I was trying to fight the sewing machine. So I had a lot of fun making these. Well, thank you guys for coming along on tonight's journey. It's like 9:35 here in Mountain Standard Time. So for you guys, it might be even a little bit later. But this is what I have. Like I said, I'm too slow to do really anything big with Maths Makes. But I had fun doing this, and I had fun chatting with you, and I hope that you'll join me on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.